doing?
Good, sir. How are you doing?
Oh, man, I am so ready for these fights tonight.
Hey, we got to start it off. Now we're rolling.
Now we're rolling.
Now we're rolling.
And this first amateur fight is brought to you by the Damage Plan MMA podcast. You can check us out, Jason and myself, on iTunes, Spotify, and anywhere you can listen to podcasts. Check out our YouTube channel, Damage Plan MMA podcast.
I love it.
Jason, we're kicking it off tonight with an amateur bout at the bantamweight division. What do we know about Broxsten Salguero?
So, Broxsten Salguero, this is his first fight up in Salt Lake City. He's from Las Vegas. He's 2-1. He's got a 2-1 amateur record. Talked a little bit about him before the start of the fight. Obviously, he's pretty fresh into MMA, just getting his feet wet. Great opportunity for him to step in here with a lot of veterans on this card. A lot of guys that have a lot of experience, and he's getting an opportunity to be on a big stage. He told me he wants to come in here and get a first-round knockout, is what he said.
I dig the confidence.
Yeah, he was confident.
You know, and I believe we have Jovany Lopez coming to the cage here. He's 1-0 out of the state of Washington. You know, when we look at these guys that are amateurs, and you know, Jovany's fighting Warrior Strength MMA. These amateurs are just, we don't know what to expect all the time.
We don't. But there's one thing we do know. They're both going to come prepared.
All right, we have Broxsten in the cage and Jovany Lopez making his way to the cage. But again, which is so fascinating to me, we have 1-0 versus 2-1. And it's always just so interesting to me to see how these guys come out, how they handle the pressure. They're under big lights, big stage, big arena. You know, when I made my amateur debut, a little more intimate venue, which has its pros and cons. Big venue, pros and cons. It's interesting to see how these amateurs react to different venue types as well.
One thing about Broxsten that I know, he does train at BK MMA with Dewey Cooper. Said he's mainly a striker.
He looks clean. We see him warming up here in the cage right in front of us, and moves well. Got a clean 1-2, fast jab. I mean, it looks like to me his game plan is to come out and touch him a lot.
That's what he said. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna try to finish this early and walk away with a fight of the night bonus." I don't know if they're doing fight of the night bonus, but
you can't get bonuses at amateurs.
Yeah,
Get
that's
out of
true.
here.
I'll give him a little fist bump if he pulls it off.
Oh yeah. Got to give him the fist bump.
But we got Jovany Lopez just getting ready to get in the cage right now.
Man, Javi coming down from Washington. I'm always curious when you're Washington. Vegas is at elevation, but Washington, depending where he's at in Washington, could be. You never know how elevation is going to play a factor into the fights if it goes into the later rounds.
And we don't know, and he's only had one fight, so we don't know where he's fought, the venues we fought. I do know Broxsten, he's actually fought at the Thomas and Mack Center down in Vegas, so he's used to a bigger crowd and a bigger venue.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. Man, these lights, they are
bright lights.
Right here.
All right, folks, we're getting ready to kick it off for the first fight of the night. Great sportsmanship by these two guys.
Good touch of the gloves.
The lovely Anna Heist in the ring. IFBB Pro, Bikini Pro, Anna Heist is.
She's got like the cat ears going on with her Halloween costume.
Yes.
Are you going to judge her Halloween costume?
No.
No, you're not.
No, not going to judge it.
Good move. Good move.
I don't know about you, Zach, but I am ready.
There's just a good vibe in the atmosphere tonight. It just feels like sometimes you just get that big feel vibe, you know, the big event feel vibe, where this place is just going to pop multiple times tonight, and we know it.
I'll tell you one thing I've noticed is Broxsten's already got a little sweat going on here. He looks like he's warmed up. He feels comfortable.
And the beauty with MMA is everybody does their own thing, and everybody has their own style, what they like to do. I always feel best when I've got a sweat going before I come out.
Mr. Lopez.
Get some final instruction from Tyler Tomlinson.
Tyler Tomlinson.
Referee's the third man in the cage for the first bout of the night.
Second best seats in the house, Zach.
Oh, yeah.
All right, folks, here we go.
Stephen Farragher. He just told the ref no when they asked him if he was ready. One of the judges. They come out. They already touched gloves before. They don't need to now.
Yeah, they're good.
It's all good. You know,
The composure with these amateur fighters nowadays, Zach, is just amazing.
It just builds from show to show, and we're just seeing it now. But, I mean, look, these guys do not look like two guys that, have a combined, 4 amateur fights. So the filling out process, nice heavy leg kick.
Nice heavy leg kick.
And Broxsten answers right back with a heavy leg kick. We have Broxsten Salguero in the red shorts and Jovany Lopez in the black shorts.
These guys are just trading leg kicks right now.
There's just a filling out process, and leg kicks are so popular now with that filling out process because it helps you get your range and understand that distance.
Javi's looking for that little check hook when Broxsten comes in. I can see he's thrown that check hook about 2 different times now.
Well, it's effective when he's pumping that double jab, right? He pumps that double jab. At some point, that leaves an opening for that check hook to land. So it's a good read by that one landed. Got to be careful not to miss too heavy on those. You're going to break your toes. Oh, that was a beautiful combination, pushing him up against the fence here right in front of us.
Looks like he's got the double
He's
leg.
got the dump. Got the dump.
Oh,
he's got the guillotine.
Oh, right into a guillotine, right in front of us.
His arm's in. He should be safe right there. He should be safe to posture up right here.
Looks like his neck might pop out. He's
there
out.
It is. You have a better view than I do.
Nice, good shot. Javi's dropping down 2 big bombs so far.
Yep, heavy hips. His corner's
2
big
big
for him,
shots.
and the heavy hips right here is crucial to not give him any space. Brutal grounded
Big
pound.
shots by Broxsten.
Broxsten's doing a very good job staying composed, keeping his dominant position here.
It's inside control now, looks like. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the thing, but we were sitting right next to his coaches, Dewey Cooper.
Now, if you're Javi, he's got to turn into him and get on that right hip and frame into him here. He's getting flattened down on his back. As we know in MMA, especially, you don't want to be flat on your back. That's not the space that you want to be in. So now he's turning into him a little bit, but Broxsten
laying down some more ground and pound.
And he's using that half guard very effectively.
Big shots.
Now using the cage. That's beautiful work.
Big shots by Broxsten. The coach is in the corner telling him to finish it. They want him to finish. He's in a dominant position.
He's doing. You know what though? Jovany's doing the right things. He's in a tough spot in the other corner and stuff, but he's defending well and he's not eating.
He's staying pretty composed.
Yeah, he is. You could just tell. One thing with amateur is
he's getting some heavy shots now.
There we go.
Heavy shots.
And saved by the bell.
Whoa. Great round by Javi or by Broxsten.
Yeah. So, if you're Javi here, though, here's one thing that people that aren't used to, right? One of the most effective strikes in that position are elbows. As we know, as an amateur, elbows are an illegal strike. That really does make it a little bit more difficult to get a finish on some ground and pound like that.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a whole bunch of unanswered punches to probably stop the fight right there the way that Broxsten was hoping for.
I got to give Javi Lopez a lot of credit. He stayed pretty composed. He did eat a couple good shots, but he stayed pretty composed from being in that position for a good minute and a half of that round.
Jovany did a really good job of staying composed and protecting himself. His face doesn't look like he took a ton of damage down there, but this is something where now he's got to be mindful of staying off the cage so he can't get dumped again, because now we know if Broxsten gets on top of him, he does have the ability and the positioning to just keep him there for the whole round.
I expect to see Jovany to come out and start throwing those leg kicks. He had a lot of success early in that last round with those leg kicks. Oh, Broxsten coming out.
Oh, nice
check. That hurt my shin.
See, Jovany's getting – there he goes. He needs to stay off. Keep his back off the cage. And there it is.
Shot right in for it.
He's going to get dumped again. Oh, he's going to go for that guillotine again.
Oh, he looks like he's got it nice and tight.
No, not quite yet. With that.
He's listening very well to his corners. Yep. His corner's telling him not to jump guard. Got him.
Here comes the dump. Here comes the dump.
Nice.
Right
slam.
into side
Big
control.
Slam. This is where you were talking about where those elbows would come into play.
Oh, yeah.
Where if he was a pro, he's finishing this fight
I really like where Broxsten switched to his left hip, and now, does he have a Kimura lock on the other side?
I can't see that other side.
Does he have a Kimura lock? See, right here, Nice by Jovany, but he's got to frame away here. He doesn't have anywhere to push off because he's pinned up against the cage, which is just smart fight IQ by Broxsten to dump him right against the cage and where he can't hip out. It should be a little different this time, though.
Looks like Broxsten might be searching for a submission here.
He is, but, he's got – now you're in Jovany's corner where his coaches can kind of coach him through it a little bit. And then he works back to his feet, keeps a nice wide base to not get dumped again.
For all of that, though, Zach, Jovany's not taking a lot of damage.
I think he has a good poker face, but you could tell he's being a little bit careful.
For a 1-0 guy, it's
Absolutely.
pretty impressive for him to be as composed as he is in this cage.
He's doing great, but, the other thing is dude, that takes that – framing out and trying to stop the ground and pound can sometimes be just as exhausting as delivering the ground and pound itself. And I think, great
Broxsten with
dump
a nice
again.
slam. Talking to him earlier before this fight when we first got to the arena, he said he was a striker.
He is a striker. He has
now
beautiful
look at
striking. But
he's got great
guess what?
takedowns.
He's got this. Yeah, he has a great feel for his dumps. Now he's in full
he's in
mount.
the full mount now.
That was a beautiful mount. Oh,
beautiful mount.
He's. I think this is the beginning of the end.
Yes, I think we're about done with this fight.
Yeah.
Nice. Broxton's raining down shots. This, not a lot is really connecting.
No, he's trying to do a good way to defend here, but he's got to flatten him out here. Broxton's got to flatten him out here, take his back.
Which he does.
Let's see. We're kind of at an awkward angle to see if he can get that rear naked choke, but he's just keeping those hooks in.
I'm so impressed with these amateurs, Zach.
Yeah, they're doing a great job, both of them. Obviously, Broxton's delivering most of the offense here, but Jovany's hanging tough, and he's, we just heard the 10-second clapper, and he's about out of here, in another round. 2 rounds in, and that is it.
2 rounds in. I got to think Broxsten is up 2-0.
Oh, absolutely. 28.
I'm not a judge.
Our opinions don't matter. We're
really
not
matter.
judges, but I would have it 2018 for Broxsten here. So if you're Jovany, Kay, he does keep fishing for that guillotine, right? He keeps putting him up against the cage, and he's fished for that guillotine twice. And at one point, he almost had it, and you could hear Broxton's coaches saying, "Do not let him pull guard," or else he would have been in a really bad position. He would have been in a lot of trouble. So if you're Jovany at this point, you got to go for a finish. It's not exactly going well on the feet to get that finish, to set up a finish, but the opportunities for him to be offensive is...
Not to cut you off, I just noticed it looks like Jovany's right leg, they're working on his ankle or his toe. I can't tell, but it looks like he might have an injury to his ankle or his toe. I keep seeing his corner. It looks like the doctor's in there.
Oh, he's fine. Doctor's not in there. That's just the commission.
But they're in there checking. Something's wrong with his foot. I don't know if maybe one of those slams, if he fell wrong.
They're getting the doctor.
Uh-oh.
Oh, look how swollen his foot is.
His foot is very swollen. Maybe one of those leg kicks?
I'll bet you one of those kicks.
Yeah.
And that's what I was warning about. You throw those kicks, and if you land with the top of the foot, there's so many small bones in there, it's pretty easy to break.
Coaches aren't too happy over there.
Well,
Broxton's coaches aren't happy. They want to keep their fighter
You're
going.
supposed to get 60 seconds between the round. But, you could clearly see his foot's swollen there, and he does have an injury. So, I'm not going to lie. I really don't think it's going to make a difference in the fight.
I think they're going to end up calling this, Zach. Just looking at the way he's in the corner.
Jovany said, "Let's go." Yeah, he said,
going.
"Let's go."
All right. His foot is pretty swollen. Yeah, he's a little compromised over there. What heart from Jovany Lopez, because his foot is definitely swollen. Oh yeah.
That right foot is
that right foot is jacked.
And he's walking on it a little gingerly. Yeah. Whatever.
I got to think Braxton's just going to go.
He can't even step back.
Yeah.
Right. He's kind of a sitting duck here at this point.
Got to think Broxton's going to do what he did the last 2 rounds. Nice little check hook. Oh, nice.
See,
big right hand.
So if you saw Broxsten, coach said he only wants to counter. And as soon as Jovany heard that, he came with an overhand and landed.
Oh, nice
so when
leg
you're
kick.
loud like that as a corner, it helps your fighter. But you know what? The other fighter is also going to be listening to your coach as well.
Exactly.
I'm really impressed by Broxton's fight IQ here, though, and his movement, his head movement, is very clean. Now he's watching for that check hook. Now, one thing that'll be interesting
Javi's throwing those counter shots.
Yeah, one thing that's interesting here, though, where he's just waiting to counter, Broxsten can pull those out by it with his own offense, wait for the counter, and counter the counter, if that makes any sense at all, or if that's just my ADHD brain going.
Probably
wild.
your ADHD, Zach, but it sounded good to me.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. That's why you're my wingman.
Broxsten just got the takedown again. Broxsten the takedown.
You know, Broxsten is just doing a fantastic job of controlling when he gets in these positions. He's suffocating him. Position before submission or anything else, right? And he's always making sure he's getting in the correct position and then starts raining down punches or fishing for stuff. I mean, this is just a smothering position. And he's using the cage so well to keep him pinned up so he doesn't have anywhere to shrimp away to.
They're actually in Jovany's corner. Broxsten is actually landing some little bit harder shots, starting to land the harder shots now. What hard from Javi to come out from that foot, because his foot's got to be broken.
He definitely has something.
But he is scrappy. He's giving it his all.
Boom, flattens
him out. Full mount, raining down shots.
The other thing I got to be really impressed with Broxsten here is how well he's listening to the coaches. It's like they're playing a video game. They say it, he does it.
He's trapping arm. You like that? He's got his arm trapped, and he's raining down shots.
Giovanni's trying to climb up and use his legs to reverse the position. That's just not going to work.
He's still fighting. I expect this probably to be the beginning of the end.
That's probably.
We thought that last round. Yeah, that's a good stoppage.
Enough.
Great fight by Broxsten. Javi, a lot of heart from Jovany Lopez in this fight.
Third round TKO. Congratulations to Broxsten Salguero.
Broxsten Salguero.
The third round TKO.
Hey, he called it. He said he was going to get the TKO.
He did indeed.